Am I loving you as myself if I'm draining myself to pour into you?
No.
No. You have crossed the line of Christianity and enter stupidity. It does not make sense. Colin work. No! Because if I don't have gas in my tank,
Yeah.
I might have a car, but I'm not taking you anywhere. I can't give you a ride nowhere.
And guess what?
So they're both recording?
Yeah, the
Okay,
both
good.
recording right now. All right. Okay. Let's do this.
The struggle was real.
Oh my
Well,
God.
okay. Welcome to The Courage to Ask with Tola Ayodeji and Luchi Ajoku.
Hey y'all.
Thank you so much, Luchi, for doing this and for this setup. I'm going to start calling this Luchi Production. You know? Anytime we come here and we do this, it's Luchi Productions. Thank you, girl.
Of course. My
So,
pleasure.
since we decided to do this, I started to ask friends and family, those that know, not everyone knows that we're doing this, but those that know, I was asking them, what is a question or an issue or a topic that you would like me to speak on? And of course, there were the silly ones, the ones that just want to mess with me,
Yeah.
but I got some good ones, okay?
Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Okay. If there's a question you do not wish to answer, you
Okay.
simply say, I commend your courage to ask, but I do not wish to tell. You don't
Okay.
ever have to answer any question you
I
don't want to
love
answer.
it.
You don't ever have to explain anything you don't want to explain. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I love it.
Some people act like stating one fact negates all other facts. And I see it. I've noticed it. We can get into it. For me, for example, let's say I say, you look so gorgeous today. And you do, Luchi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If I say someone looks so beautiful, does that mean I'm saying everyone else is ugly? No. Stating one fact does not negate all other facts. But some people do be acting like when you say something, you have attacked them. If I say today is such a beautiful day, that doesn't mean all other days were horrible. If I say she's so smart, that doesn't mean everyone else is dumb.
You're right.
I'm just acknowledging, I'm just referencing one fact. That does not attack all other facts. If I said Black Lives Matter, why do you feel the need to say all lives matter? Because I didn't say all lives don't matter. I simply said Black Lives Matter. Or do you not agree that Black Lives Matter?
You're about to shake some tables.
The only reason you should feel the urge, the sensation to say all lives matter is if you don't agree with the fact that Black Lives Matter. Your frame of mind determines how you're going to take things, and of course, the reaction that comes from that. And it's a domino effect. One action, reaction, 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 and it just keeps on going.
Right.
But we don't have to take things like an attack, especially when it's not. There are attacks. People will come for you. But when someone hasn't come for you, is it really necessary to start a war?
No.
No. I feel like one fact does not have to negate all other facts unless it is said specifically and directed towards the other surrounding facts. Someone should be able to say someone is really good without someone else that does the same thing feeling like, oh, they just said I'm horrible, blah, 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 blah. That's not the case. They're just acknowledging and, just commenting on one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think so. I think okay, so one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I think two truths can exist at a time. So the fact that somebody has said something doesn't negate your own perspective about the same thing, because guess what? You guys are viewing life from two different angles, and those two different angles have come up as a result of your two very different experiences.
Mhm.
And so the fact that somebody makes a fact or states a fact, or sorry, states a truth, doesn't mean that one is a fact, because that's a truth from their own lens, you know. And the fact that somebody says something doesn't mean that you should take it for a truth, because that's not your truth. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it all boils down to insecurity, you know. Because if you're secure in who you are as a person, I don't care who tells you otherwise. It's not going to affect the way you think, the way you sleep, the way you, whatever you do. But I think, a lot of times when people make statements and, it hurts us, it affects us because, I think I'll also speak from my perspective. I don't know that there is anything somebody can say to me, especially if the person is not somebody who I care about. If you're not my family, if you don't mean so much to me, I don't care what you say to me.
Because you don't know me.
Yes. And hey, I think I go by three F's. And I don't know how explicit we want to be on this on this conversation now. But hey, please feel free to bleep out the parts. Because my three F's,
Please.
I don't know if you know what I'm about to say.
No, please go ahead.
Hey, if you don't feed me, if you don't fuck me, and if you don't finance me, you, I don't care what you say.
It's so interesting. We've never talked about this actually.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that you have your three F's.
Absolutely.
And I'm always telling my friends, I'm not interested in fakery, foolery, or fuckery.
Oh
Get it
my
away
God.
from me.
Fakery, foolery, or fuckery.
Like,
You heard it here first.
I'm not interested. The three F's can off.
Like, yeah, no, I think that, and this is not to say that there's certain times people can say something that offends you,
Of course.
but I think the ability to not allow that to affect your identity and the way you see yourself is
Mhm.
huge
Mhm.
for development in all aspects of life.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And with that, I will take us to the next one.
Mhm.
Okay. Christianity is not stupidity. I say this all the time. Stupidity is not the same thing as Christianity, meaning you're not supposed to do things in the name of, I follow Christ, I'm a Christian, and do things that will hurt you because you want to prove that you're a good person or that you're a good Christian. Love your neighbor as yourself. The Bible has already given us the metrics with which to love people and deal with people. Love your neighbor as yourself. Am I loving you as myself if I'm draining myself to pour into you?
No.
No. You have crossed the line of Christianity and enter stupidity. It does not make sense.
Fully work.
Because if I don't have gas in my tank,
Yeah.
I might have a car, but I'm not taking you anywhere. I can't give you a ride nowhere.
And guess what? You're not going anywhere either.
I'm not going anywhere.
So,
Bible, the same Bible that told us to love our neighbor as ourselves, giving us the metrics with which to love, also told us to be as gentle as a dove, but as wise as a serpent.
absolutely.
We're talking about the snake, the
Mhm.
serpent that caused us
I'm
to
telling you.
be in this world as opposed to the world we were supposed to be in. We were supposed to be in the Garden of Eden.
I'm telling you.
But there are obviously some characteristics of this serpent that we must emulate,
Right.
that we must borrow. Be as gentle as a dove, but you gotta know when to let people miss you with the bullshit. You gotta know how to move around and let people miss you. You've got to practice both. If you're doing just gentle as a dove, you're not doing the full Christianity. You're not following the full map that was given to us. You also need to be as wise as a serpent.
I think it's so apt because just the other day I was scrolling on my social media feed and I saw this girl on the street. She's a street preacher and she was preaching the word of God, and then this man just came into her space and was making all kinds of threats, and she ignored him for the longest time, and then eventually he went after her property and was trying to damage her speaker. And when I tell you the way this girl pushed this man almost fell to the ground. I was like, yes, that's right. Because how would you, first of all, she's not disturbing you. You're a passerby. If you don't like what she's saying, just walk by.
Just move on.
Just walk. What is the essence of you coming to come and try and destroy her speaker? And then I went into the comment section and he said, this is the first preacher that I see that has the Simon Peter spirit.
Yes.
But those people think that, oh, because you're a Christian, you cannot enforce your boundaries. I'm sorry for you.
Boundaries are real.
I'm really, really sorry for you because Jesus died for you. I didn't die for you.
Yes.
I
Because
did that. Yes.
if Jesus' death is not enough for you, my death ain't gonna do
Like,
right?
like, I won't be kind to you. I'll love you
Right.
like Christ loved the church. But you better respect yourself.
Yes.
Because if you're bold enough to be disrespectful, better be brave enough to handle disrespect.
Yes. Because once you open the line,
Mm-hmm.
you should like that's a blank check. You wrote a blank check.
As
Anything
in,
can come your way. Once you choose to comfort someone,
like,
what you think is gonna happen to you when you leave your home and you comfort someone? Like, come on now. Boundaries are real, limits are real. We're humans. I'm a follower of Christ, but I'm not Christ himself. I'm behind him, I'm following him. And sometimes I'm slow, I'm all the way in the back. So don't find out how slow I could be on that day.
mm-mm.
I'm following, but I might be in the back this day. You know what I'm saying? I might be all the way in the. I'm still on track, but I'm in the back. Sometimes, some
Don't
days are
find
like
me
that.
the day I'm in the back.
Don't do it.
No,
You
because
can be slow sometimes. I hope you don't find out how slow I could be one day.
yeah, no, because I feel like the rhetoric out there is, oh, because you're a Christian, you should be uh turn the other cheek. And then some
Yeah.
people will even go as far as quoting the passage in the Bible, you want to turn the other cheek like 7 times or so whatever it is, but like, if somebody slaps you, turn the other cheek. I'm like, okay.
God gave me these legs. If
Mhm.
anything, I walk away. I'm not going to turn the other cheek. What I'm trying to be deaf on both sides.
No, you
I
go
got 2 kids I gotta go home to.
you go learn today. What's that mean? Listen, F around and find out. It's like there's you're here, you about to be here.
Right? You're here, you might make
Don't
it down
find
here.
out. Don't
Okay.
find out. No, no. But I think for my Christians out there who may be
Yeah.
listening to this,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you should take the always take the first opportunity to you have to lash out. But
Mhm.
I think things should be handled in a way that if your boundaries are crossed, make sure you're enforcing those boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I'm all for that. I'm not all for, always. I mean, there are days where there is going to be battles and there are days there are going to be wars. And so I think the most important part is here figuring out which one is a battle and which one is a war,
Yes.
and leave to fight another day. Sometimes you're going to have to take the higher road. Doesn't mean you're stupid. It
Yeah.
means you're wise.
Yes.
So I think, as much as we want to be able to enforce our boundaries as Christians, we should in fact hope and aim to be Christ-like. But at the same time, Christ wasn't foolish. Christ, he died for us, but he was also the same man that destroyed the people, the tens of the people that were selling things in the temple.
Mhm.
So don't make any mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
that's my message.
If Jesus could flip tables,
Mhm.
I'm human. Okay. Okay, so the next one here. The devil I know is better than an angel I don't know. I actually don't agree with this statement. And I know people say it, you've heard it.
Yeah,
The devil I
absolutely.
know
Yeah.
is better than the angel I don't know, or an angel I don't know. If you are known to be toxic, like you have tested and proven that you're toxic, either mentally, physically, whatever, you're toxic for me.
Mm.
I'm not doing it. The devil I know is not better to me than the angel I don't know. And I know that as humans, it's not going to be an angel, right? So let's keep it real. So it would be someone that you don't know if they're a good person or not, as opposed to someone that I already know is toxic to me.
Right.
No. If that's if that's what I'm comparing, then no, it'll be I'll get to know the person. I'll get to know a new person over staying with someone that I have found. Like you have created a pattern, and I now know that you're more of a devil. You're devilish. The other person, I don't know if they're devilish or angelic, right? But you know what? I can find out and then keep it moving if it doesn't work with them. I don't need to keep friends or people around me that are known to be toxic. I don't agree with that statement or that saying that the devil I know is better than an angel I don't know. I've never agreed with that, and I haven't found a reason to agree with that yet. So the me today does not agree. Maybe in the future.
I'm glad you said the me today.
This me does not agree that the devil I know is better than an angel I don't know. I don't agree.
That's a very interesting one because I think it's context based,
Right.
very subjective.
Yeah.
So, maybe in business, like let's take for example, the context is business here, and maybe you've been doing business with this certain person for the longest time, and this new person, this new shiny object comes to you and say, "Oh, I can help you make X amount of dollars than what you're currently making." I think in that case, the devil you know might be better than the new angel that is coming here with this new
Gimmick.
big offer, you know. However, I think there has to be wisdom in the application in the sense that although this person has come, you don't want to jump in at first and say, but hey, I already know this person is giving me a proposal. I think you should do your own homework as well. So I think that statement is very context dependent, and I like the angle that you're looking at it from, in the sense that if this is a relationship with somebody, whether that be romantic or platonic relationship, if it's toxic, it's toxic. I mean, I already know, like you're in that sense, you're in the literal form, you're quote unquote, not to say like you're the devil, but you're exhibiting characteristics of being devilish, So in that case, no, I don't agree that the devil I know is better than the angel I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the case of a business, like you said, you don't have to go off trusting the new person because you don't know them, like they're new, right? So you take just like you got to know that the devil is the devil, the devilish one is devilish. They start to create patterns, they start to behave in a certain way that leads you to find out how they are, who they are. So yeah, you wouldn't go off trusting the new person, but I still feel like if I know someone is, but and to me, it doesn't matter what aspect, spiritually, financially, mentally, physically, for me, the way that I am, if you have shown me a clear pattern of you not being favorable to my health, whatever aspect of it, I feel like you you have toxins.
Yeah, no, you have
That's to get away
no,
from
no.
toxins.
Yeah, that's actually the first time I'm hearing somebody saying that you actually have toxic. Not that you're toxic, but you have toxins that can cause me disease. That's funny. Being a certified gut health coach, and I would oftentimes say, you hear me say that the gut is the root of all health. And you
Yes.
know, with gut health, it's very holistic in the sense that it's beyond what you're eating, as in, you know, your food or whatever. It
Mhm.
also has to do a lot with the nervous system. And if the nervous
Yeah.
system is upset, no matter what you put in your body, your body's not going to accept it the way it
Right.
should be. And so, scientifically speaking, if you're around toxic people, you're going to be unhealthy.
Imagine that. For me to be able to do what I want to do tomorrow, I have to make it through today.
Physically unhealthy. So
Take it from the coach.
so yes, you're right in saying that person has toxins. Because yes, yes, they have toxins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's because once I see red, maybe it's the soldier in me. Once you can take the girl, the army boy, you can take the
Hey.
soldier, the girl. Once I see red, like what else am I waiting for? What am I looking for?
Yeah.
Because for me, because I think logically, I'm a very logical person.
Mhm.
For me, if I'm going to say that someone is a certain way, it's because I have seen the pattern and I have mapped it out. I'm not going to, label you the very first time that something happens. I don't expect you to be perfect. I'm not perfect.
Right.
There is no such thing. But once you've created the pattern, you have formed the pattern, you have shown me a pattern that has led me to see you in a way. Like that's red for me. And I will note it until something changes,
Right.
I will note it. And I have to protect myself
Right.
because that's the only way forward. For me to be able to do what I want to do tomorrow, I have to make it through today.
Exactly.
So if you're in danger for my mental health today,
Yeah.
you're in danger to my tomorrow. So
Absolutely.
I keep it moving. Success
Mm-hmm.
is the only payback that actually pays back. Ooh, reach it. I love this one because I feel like if people would redirect the energy that they have for revenge,
Mm-hmm.
they want to pay back, they want to show
Mhm.
someone.
Mhm.
If you redirect the energy that you put towards revenge
Mhm.
and you direct that energy inwardly and work on you,
Right.
woo, success is the ultimate payback. I so much agree in this. Imagine if everyone just works on them.
Yes.
There would be less bullying,
Exactly.
which is like less suicide, less crimes, less a lot of things. If everyone, no mom shaming, nobody shaming, if everyone direct all this time and energy that they have to criticize and analyze someone else's choices and decisions and everything, if they direct that time and energy inwardly, it wouldn't be so lonely at the top. Naturally, it's lonely at the top because the top is structurally the top is usually like a tip. So structurally, it makes sense for it to be lonely at the top,
because there's a few people that can fit there.
right?
Okay.
Also, it's not a lot of people that do the work that takes to get to the top.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of people have the resources, the circumstances, the everything that helps to get to the top. So naturally, it gets lonely at the top because very fewer people make it to the top. But imagine if all this time and effort that people have to be online to be criticizing and analyzing what a mom did, what a dad did, what someone's life looks like, what somebody did. If we all redirect all that time and energy and we put it on ourselves and we work on ourselves, much more people will be more successful. Because if I'm working on me and you're also working on me, who's working on you, boo? Who's working for you? Where are we going with that? If everyone works on themselves,
Mhm.
you will learn to see that success is the ultimate payback.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think so
that's the
too.
only revenge in my book.
I think so too. And you make a very valid point when you say that, but I wish that the world was that way.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, um, it's the latter than actually what we dream of and imagine.
Yeah,
And you can see it every day,
every day.
every day. Even on social media, when you look, the comments, it's crazy. Like, um, uh, I would say yes. I mean, if you're somebody who is listening to this conversation today and you're thinking, oh, can the world be a better place? I think instead of looking outward, you look at the man in the mirror, you look inward. What am I doing today that can actually add to the quota of the world being a better place? Because I feel like if and maybe who knows, we might never get to a place where the world is actually like that, but we can keep the skills.
Yeah,
We can do 80/20,
yeah.
maybe not 100%. We can do 95/5.
We can do better.
Yeah, so it all boils down to you. What are you doing today? How are you contributing to make that skill tip? And so I think, and it's deeper than even you, because imagine if you started with the man in the mirror. It means that you would know better enough to not only impact people around you, but the people that you're going to bring forth. So if that's you as a woman or a man who is trying to start a family, imagine the type of family you're going to start
Yeah.
with that type of mindset.
Right.
And imagine the families that your children are going to start with that type of mindset.
Yeah.
So it's a ripple effect.
It is.
Yeah, so that's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Be the change you want to see.
Mhm.
And nobody over here is perfect. So anything I
Absolutely.
say, I'm reminding myself too.
Yes.
So I don't want y'all to think I feel like I have it all together. So I'm giving all this advice. No, it's a reminder for myself too. Because what am I going to look like one day if I do something the opposite of what I'm preaching to people to do? We all need the reminder. We can all do better. Be the change you want to see. Instead of commenting change, be the change, act the change. They say hurt people, but I wish hurt people would stop hurting people. Let healed people heal people.
Mm-hmm.
If you work on you changing and you work on your healing, hurt people need to stop hurting people so healed people can heal people. It's still the same age, but just different.
Or maybe we can even do a better math. Heal people need to take the bold step and start doing activities that can help them heal people. And so when they start doing that, more hurt people can get healed, and they will have more healed people healing other more people.
Amen. And let's start that network. Let's build that network.
And I really like the thing about that you said about, we don't have it all perfect together. Even
Yeah.
us sitting here, there are many things that we're definitely working on. There are many
Yes.
insecurities that we have.
Yes.
But I think the main thing is just, every day moving forward. And it's funny because um every when we do that, we'll become in alignment, and we'll just find that things are falling into place. Even us having this conversation now, I mean, had I not, and I shared this with you, had I not started being a content creator, I would not have found out that I was so passionate about God's health coaching. Had I not taken that path, maybe I would not be on the panel speaking. Maybe I would not even be in that room with you at that event, and we would not be having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
That this conversation is going to touch somebody who is listening to this and have a ripple effect. So you find out that once you make that bold step, when you get to a point in your journey, and nothing's ever gonna ever be perfect. There's never the right time for you to start whatever it is that your heart is calling you to start. But once you start, there will be an impact, even though it's one out of a million impacts. That's what you're called for.
Yeah.
You know.
That's one saved, one healed
Mhm.
person. Any advice on how to stop alcohol intake? For me, and this goes for other things too, because people try to lose weight.
Yeah.
So it's not just alcohol. You want to stop sweets.
Mhm.
You want to stop carbs, bread and all these things that we love,
Mhm.
but they're not great for us, or at least not for our bodies. Our bodies are
Yeah.
like, nope. Alcohol, whatever it is, the way that I think about it or what I tell myself, and I don't know if you drink, I do drink. And what I tell myself is each time that I choose not to drink, each time that I save my liver and my kidney from processing something they don't need to process, if it's sweets, if it's carbs, if it's alcohol, whatever it is that I want, but then I'm like, you know what, maybe not today. And I save my liver and my kidney from having to process all those things they don't have to process. I tell myself, I am telling my liver and my kidney not to fail on me. I am giving them reasons to work with me. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect over here. But each time that I give you a break, baby, give me a break. Don't fail on me. Don't. So it's like you cannot be working towards the opposite of what you want. So I'm assuming that this person wants to stop completely or maybe reduce it.
Right.
Whatever you want to stop or reduce, you're going to have to, I call it staff meeting. I have a staff meeting within myself, me, myself, and I. We got to get on the same page. So we have a staff meeting. Okay, we're not going to do this. All right, we're going to start doing this. Maybe we want to go back to yoga or, Pilates. Right now, I'm doing Pilates. Maybe we want to go back to working out, going back to the gym, whatever it is. I have my staff meeting and I continue to work. It might be one little step today. It might be another little step tomorrow. Sometimes I may not take a step the next day, but then I'm not regressing. As long as you're having a true conversation with yourself, like you said the other time, the person in the mirror, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. So if you need help, please get help. Because not everyone can choose not to do something,
Right.
because addiction is a thing, right?
Right.
Addiction is real. Get help if you need help. So that would be my advice for maybe you keep trying to do it and you just can't do it. And this is something that you feel like you need to do for yourself, for your health. Get help. Don't try to do it alone. There's absolutely no reason to try to do something alone that you can get help with. Get help. Don't try to do it alone. For me, I am able to not drink when I don't want to drink. And that's what I do. I have a conversation with me, myself, and I. We're gonna save our liver today. We're gonna save our kidney today. And that's just how I do it. In my little head, I make it fun for me, myself, and I,
Yeah.
But everybody is different and different things will work for different people. If you have got to get help. And we have a gut help coach here. So please, Luchi, what say you on this? Someone trying to quit alcohol or maybe reduce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not even just alcohol. I mean,
A lot
talk
of
to us
things.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of things that, we put on our back. Another thing that I tell my body, that I tell myself, every single thing that you eat or drink, you're either helping your body or hurting your body. Again, with the H, right? You're either helping your body or hurting your body. Every single thing. I tell myself this, eating it, drinking it, every single thing that I put into my system. If I'm choosing to indulge, I make myself acknowledge that. Okay, we're having gelato. All right, we're indulging. This is not the norm. We're choosing to indulge today,
Right.
and that's okay. So if you have to look at it that way,
The bad bacteria guys that say we need sweet, sweet.
everything that you consume, everything that you eat or drink, it's either helping your body or hurting your body. That's how I take it.
Yes, I think it's a huge struggle for a lot of people. So I personally I don't drink and I haven't had alcohol for over 3 years right now, and I don't miss it. Um, and however, I will say this. I do believe, even as a gut health coach, I do believe that not all alcohol is bad alcohol, but there are some alcohols that are straight up toxins to your system. I don't There's no better way to say it, unfortunately. And so when I say good alcohol, and maybe I shouldn't even say good alcohol, but when I say good alcohol, I'm referring to like sustainably sourced red wine, because in red wine there's something called resveratrol that actually helps your heart and just circulation in general. However, you do have spirits, you do have liquor. I don't consider those good alcohol. I think those will be under bad alcohol and pretty much toxic to your body. There's no better way to say it. However, there is also a science to the fact that we are not able to control our cravings, and it all lies in the guts. Because in your guts, there is millions and trillions of bacteria, and there is quote unquote good bacteria and bad bacteria. And the reason why I say quote unquote good and bad bacteria is like there is bad bacteria still has to, there's bad bacteria still has to be in your body. There has to be a presence of bad bacteria. However, what you don't want is for the bad bacteria to overpower the good bacteria. And so if your body is in that state, it means that you're going to be craving the bad things, the sugars, the alcohol.
Yeah.
And so how do you get your body to the good state where the good bacteria is more than the bad bacteria, so that your body actually in fact has that willpower to fight? Because even if you say, oh, I'm not gonna do sweets today, it just takes one gut imbalance for you to, oh, okay, well, just today. That's how your mind is going to interpret it. Unfortunately, that's your gut actually telling your mind that you need sweets, because guess what? The bad bacteria guys are saying, we need sweets, we need sweets, sweet, sweet.
All of a
And then you
sudden,
run,
it's today.
and you run and go and get it. That's actually what is going on in your guts, your engine. And so I think one of the ways is not to go cold turkey, because best believe me, you will go back. So I think I'm gonna say four things, or maybe not up to four. I would say, one thing is habit stacking, because obviously I think what a lot of people struggle with, especially with healthy living, is that it's overwhelming. Like, there's a bunch of information out there. It's like, okay, which one do I actually start with?
Yes.
Which one do I do?
Yeah.
And I think you shouldn't be worried about the plethora of information that we have there, because there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. So I think it's all about finding what works for you and sticking to it. And that's where habit stacking comes in. So habit stacking is pretty much taking one thing and being good at it, and then continuing to the next activity. So because if you're trying to just start 10 healthy habits today, you're going to fail at them in 10 days.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is take one healthy habit, do that for maybe 30 days, because between 21 and 30 days is when your brain actually really forms a habit that it becomes kind of off to you when you don't do that. So you've trained your brain that this is normal, so you can expect this.
Yeah.
So after 30 days, you can start with another habit, and then another habit. And before you know it, within 6 months, you can't even recognize yourself. So I would say one habit that you want to do when it comes to alcohol, don't buy any alcohol to your house. If you're really serious about quitting, don't buy any alcohol and bring it to the house. I don't care if you have guests, they can drink a mocktail.
Yeah. They could respect your journey.
Yes.
Your
The,
struggle.
the number two thing is our brains are it's a big engine, so you cannot just take something without replacing it. So you have to replace it. So now that you've taken out alcohol, what are you replacing it with that the brain can actually enjoy? So you're replacing it with a mocktail. There's so many delicious mocktails out there that when you're drinking them, you don't even feel like you're not drinking anything. And so the first one, again, don't buy any alcohol. Second one, you have to replace. Third one is you want to start getting your body to a place where you can actually fight the urge. And what do I mean by that? You want your good bacteria to be more than your bad bacteria. And then that now goes back to how you eat, what you feed your body. I'm not gonna go into a lot of it because it's really very detailed and dynamic, and it's not a one size fits all. But I will say something. You want to definitely introduce fermented foods to your diet. Fermented foods really, really help a lot when it comes to gut imbalance. Again, this is not a one size fits all. So if you already have gut issues, you might not your gut might not take well to fermented foods. But if you're good, you're healthy, you can definitely consume fermented foods. So fermented foods, I really love sauerkraut. I really love kimchi. I really love miso soup. There's a bunch of fermented foods, but these
Yeah.
are like the three that comes to mind now. So again, people, I just gave three things now. So you want to halt, which means you're not going to buy any alcohol to your house. You want to replace, which means you're going to swap alcohol for mocktails, and you want to heal your guts, which is getting the good bacteria to be more than the bad bacteria. I hope that helps.
I hope so too. Yes. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetie, that was a great conversation.
Wow, we did good.
We did it. Thank you
After
so much, Luchi. I know. The struggle was real.
Oh my
but
God.
I'm so thankful,
Yeah.
Luchi. Thank you for
Yes.
doing this, and thank
Yeah.
you for the setup. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
Luchi Productions.
You heard it here first.
We can work on the name, but that just came out. Okay. Any lasting, I love the fact that you're a gut health coach. Any lasting tips to leave us with and wrap this up with?
My popular saying, the gut is the root of all health, and in fact, it's the root of life. If you're going to get life right, you have to heal your gut. And to heal your gut, it takes guts. So, yeah, it takes guts to heal your gut.
Okay. So we're going to use our guts to heal our guts. Okay?
Yeah.
We
I
can
love
do
that.
it. We can do it.
Yes. We're going to use our guts, okay, to heal our guts.
Yep. And we can do it. We can do it. And we did this.
Yes.
Thank you for joining. See you
Yes.
next time on The Courage to Ask.